Hello YouTube and welcome back to Empyrion episode 3. So just to recap on some of the stuff I was doing off camera, and then what we'll do, we'll go ahead and have a look at some of the new POIs, maybe attack one of the bases or get inside one of the crash titans that have actually crash landed. I did manage to go and get a couple of more mining done, not a huge amount. I did find that whilst I was out I just got pummeled by drones constantly, so I decided just to call it quits, head back, and I figured that we'll be hitting the bases, which will get a huge amount of resources from. You will be quite surprised on that. I did have to put a food processor in and fridge because I was spending so much time running off trying to just find corn dogs. It was just literally all my time, and I didn't want to be doing that. So I did manage to get another iron mine going, and we've got 200 more blocks ready for expanding the further of the farm. That still is quite a high priority, and I need to get that done. But what I wanted to do was just quickly, we'll go and have a scout around and we'll see what we can find. We do have quite a bit of ammo, so I stocked up on that, redid my drill charges, and I've got my repairs. So let's see what trouble we can go and find in. So I'm going to head this way, as the sun always rises this side. I believe it's this side. I'm hoping. Ah, yes. So we'll just see what we can find, and there it is. Okay, so I think that's the power station. I did fly over and around things yesterday, so I'm hoping that is the power station, and the sun is in my eyes, so that's not good. I'm just going to swing more to this side, just see if I can come from an angle that... And actually, before I do that, a little trick that I was actually shown when taking bases over is to actually put your own core in, so you can get access to the panel. But I haven't tested whether you can get access to the status panel before you put a core in, and I've just seen... Is that another... I think that is another base over there as well. That's a little bit closer too. These point of interest are really surprisingly good for loot. I was a little bit shocked. I know that the towers gave loot before, and I don't think it was nowhere near as much as, there we go, as what the new POIs do. So I'm just going to see quickly if I can make a core, and I can. I only need the one core because each time that I use it I'll bust it back out and put the items back. But it is amazing the amount of resources you can get out of these new POIs. It's almost just as easy to hit the POIs on your start than it is to mine. So now we're able to do combat in our small vessel. It's just as easy for me to go and hit the POIs, so that's what we'll do. What we'll do going forward, once we got our base up and running, I'm not really sure... Oh, there's another one as well over there. Or is that the one? No, there's the power station. I'm not sure whether we'll just hit other planets first before start doing the space stuff, or whether I want to start doing the space stuff. I've not done any capital ships yet, and again I'm going to shoot it from afar if I can. I don't want to oh, there's a drone. Has it only got the one? Okay, so you are managing to hit me. Oh, need to get a bit more lead. A lot more lead. As you can see, you can actually throw this around really well, so I can get behind him. Oh, don't like making a dog's dinner. So we'll just quickly, oh, it's floating in the sky, that's always nice. I was going to leave my ship running just in case I have to hightail it out really quickly. And that's that one. Now, something else I were told, that with drones, if you don't loot them, they'll respawn. And what did it kill? It killed my auto. Nice. Right, okay, well I'm going to fly over there. I'm not going to go swimming. I don't want to go too far away from the drone damage now are... they're worthy paying attention now, whereas before, when you was fighting drones, it didn't really matter because they weren't going to do that much damage to your ship, so you just faced off. Now, as you can see, that just quick burst that it did can do a lot of damage really quickly. And here we go. And I'll see another drone here across. But before I do that, I'm just gonna... There's no guns. Okay, so there is no guns in there. And I knew you were going to come and have a go. Oh, too much lead. That wasn't. What I'm doing is I'm just checking around before I do land. Try and limit getting shot as much as possible. And there's another drone. I'm not sure whether they've actually increased the amount of drones on maps now. But I am going to want to put this. There's another one over there as well. And that might be a post station. It looks very similar to this one. I'm nervous of getting tagged by another drone. Let's... That'll do. Do a quick reload of the old gun. Oh. Okay, so it doesn't look like they're going to be a huge threat to me all the way up there. So see if we can find the core. Huh. So these are actually quite easy to attack. There's nothing major about them. Oh, that's what we like to see. Now, you won't get resources for destroying them, but you will get resources for destroying the actual large fuel cells and everything else that's in here. You will get the actual items that's required. So let's go ahead and knock them out. Now, where could that core be? Just gonna check my ship a little bit. Just want to make sure I just don't get shot, my ship shot while I'm busy destroying everything. Aha! One core. So the cores on the POIs seem to be very similar. Okay, now why are they still targeting? Because I've not put my own core in. Okay, so they still target you until you put your own core in. So let's have a look. We've got 3 alien containers left. So we'll go ahead and get them taken care of. Ooh, some more good loot. Not a huge amount. There we go. And we might as well knock these out while we're here. Again, free resources. And what I will do off camera is I'll actually come back and get all these windows, and we'll use that to actually make the resources for our greenhouse on the base to get all that up and running. Okay, and we've already been in this one. Might as well get you while we're here. So as you can see, just a quick run out, we're already gathering a lot of resources. So on your initial startup, it would be worth hitting these than doing the mining for your initial, and even more. And a rocket launcher, so that's good. Oh. I don't need another pistol, so well, I don't have a rocket launcher just yet, so get that. Okay, so it's just a case of quickly strip a few things out. I'll know that this base is deactivated, and I can come back at my leisure and finish stripping everything out. And I am going to get the generators in just a moment as well. Oh yeah, loads of resources and shotgun shells. So I'm just going to nip back. Where did I park my ship? Ah, there, that one. We'll just drop some of these off, and then we can take these back and use that to convert. That's enough. No walking daffodils, so life's good. And shotgun shells. Ah, there we go. They have definitely increased the difficulty in some things on Aqua. I can't say for the other planets too much because I haven't spent too much, even though on my test game, I've been on there and done little bits. I haven't done a huge amount of exploration, and all I'm going to do now is just have a quick look. We've got 2 large fuel tanks, 4 large generators, which they're in here. We've got plenty of lights and sentry guns, which don't really mean much to us. Destroying these large generators will help us out tremendously, as we get not only advanced CPUs, power coils, we get Estrium as well. So it means that for our base, just out of this, we'll be able to get 1 large generator. We can also make a lot better weapon than the assault rifle, which is the pulse rifle. I favour the pulse rifle, the pulse over the laser. I just find it's a lot easier for controlling, especially when you're trying to kill something but you don't really want to. No, thought I heard something. When you don't want to destroy everything that's around, and we'll go ahead and take our core back, which is going to make them really happy with us. So I'll just dispatch them. Just because they've been ignoring mine, look, I'll come back and forget that they're there and end up getting shot. There we go. So that's our first one. Now we do have another one over there. No, we've got quite a lot, so I'll leave it at just that one. So we've got this one, and I can come back and strip that out. What we'll do is head back to our base and get some more work done on getting our farming situation in order, because our food's going to start becoming more scarce, or I'm going to have to go out hunting a lot more, and I want to try and get the farm running. And we also need to do a little bit of not upgrade, repairs on our SV again. Which, by the way, I do need to create a name, so if you do have any suggestions for a name, please leave a comment. And we'll look at, I'll rename that. And I'm also looking for a name for the base as well. Look at the water is a lot better now. Oh, I hear a walking daffodil. Now, I'm going to just park this up on top of here. There we go. So let's start check our fuel real quickly. Yeah, not used any. Okay, so let's get our parts in, and as you can see, we get a lot really quickly. And we'll put our ores in. The ammo I've just been storing on the ship for now. Normally I would have put a storage locker in just to store ammo, so that's for our farm, so that's good. Don't need you. The next thing I also need to do is, I've got one oxygen generator, so I am going to get that up and running, so I will move that over. Is I want to get a water generator as well. I'll move you across for the minute. I'll keep all you for the minute. Don't need the ammo. I'll keep the water for the moment. Don't need the flashlight. Need more ammo. Just because we're going to need the purified water for doing the farm stuff, making food and things like that, so I do want to start getting that up and running as soon as I can. So let's just get these put up. Fuel cells. There's fuel, water. We'll keep the water on us for the moment. And the pistol I'm going to get rid of. You find so many pistols, you really just don't need to keep them. So I'm going to get 2 water generators. I've already got an oxygen generator. So I will move these eventually, but for now I just want to get them placed. They need to go inside. So I'm not worried about how the placement is, so they're fueled up. And get them up and running. And how are we doing? Okay, so there's our fuel generator, so that's good. So we've got some more metal plates. I'm not going to create any more blocks just at the moment. I do want to create a lot more iron ore first, and then once I've got that up and running in sufficient numbers, then we'll carry on. But we do have 200 blocks, so we will get that up and running. We've got some magnesium, so that's good. I'll keep us on top of that. Let's get our water in. And it doesn't matter if you completely submerge these. I actually thought if you put them in deeper water, they get a better percentage, but they don't. So it doesn't make a difference if they're completely submerged or just slightly submerged, as them two are there. And of course the oxygen maker. So we can forget about them for a couple of hours. So our next task is carry on with our farm. Now I need to extend our base here a little bit. So I'm just going to do it like that for the moment. And as you see me do more and more onto this now, it will make sense of why I'm doing the way I'm doing it. Again, it's not guaranteed that this is the better way of doing it, it's just the way that I do it. And I've just got used to doing it now, so and it works. I think it looks really good once it's finished. And there we go. And give me another one. There we go. And one final one. There we are. And I need these because this is where the door goes. I could have counted these out, but what can I say? I'm lazy at times. And it's not that big of a deal, so anything that you break up that you've been using, you get the resources back. So it's not too much of a hassle to actually do it this way. And I'm just going to put blocks, and I'm not going to cover. There you go. So I don't want to cover that power core. I will move that at some point. All I want to do at the moment is just put some blocks in. So if a drone comes over, it's not as easy as them just looking down and tagging my items until I can get them indoors. And we've used near enough 200 blocks. So what I want to do is I just want 20 and 10 slope. And I should be able to do a bit of storing. I've got some glass. Vertical. So I want 10 of them. my squeaky chair. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Okay. I've just got one more, so I'll stick it there. So as you can see, so I'm actually rounding my little platforms off, like so. And I'll also do the same down the side. So I've got that and that. Right, here we go. So I know I need a walkway. And there. There, there, and there. Well, that's definitely cute. Okay, note to self, make sure you don't try and put a block underneath. Okay. There we go. And should be like that. There we go. So now we're actually doing the outer layer of the farm, and I'm using the transparent windows so that it'll go down that way and then along this way. So I know from that I've got one gap. So our first farm is actually going to go here. So what we can actually do is go to our craft, which we quite happily catapulted across everything. Where are you? What I tend to do, it will be five columns, or yeah, five going that way, and then another line next to it. So it'd be 2 side by side times 5, so it'd be 2 by 5 in total. And then I'll put a breaker, and then 2, then a breaker, and then 2. So there's always a walkway like such. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. And then it'll be the same compartments all the way down. So it'd be 10 for each item that we will harvest. So we've done our first raid, which was quite successful. We got quite a bit of resources from. We'll do another one on our next episode. I will, in between the next episode, go back to that power station, break a lot of the power station down, and we'll use that to actually carry on advancing our base. Just so we don't have to use our iron up at the moment. I want to try and use as much resources just from the bases from this planet to get our base up and running, and then we can use our ingots, things like our iron, for when we start doing the capital vessel stuff and things like that. So I'll go ahead and leave it there, guys. As always, if you've got any comments or suggestions or ideas, or you can see something I'm doing and you find a better way of doing it, please let me know. Give me a shout out. I do look at my comments. and as always, if you do enjoy, please give a thumbs up. It does help me to gauge on the videos. Until next time, guys, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one.